As we mentioned at the top, show you some video of one of the hardest hit areas. It's Palo Pinto County.
Fox 4's Brandon Todd is in Mineral Wells right now with a look at some of the damage. All right, Brandon, what have you seen?
Yeah, good evening, guys. We've seen a lot of damage here, especially downtown Mineral Wells. Back behind me, you can kind of see some of this. You've got some of these utility crews that are working to clean this up as well. The metal that you see, the twisted silver metal, is actually the roof from the Postons building, which is a building just to the west of here on your screen, just to the left of that. So it ripped off of that building, flew across the road here, and twisted up on this other building over here. This at one time when we first got here was all the way into the street. They took a bulldozer. We got some video to show you of that. They took a bulldozer earlier and tried to, as best they could, clean up that metal that was twisted around and spread across the road. Now, you know, right here in this section where they've got that roof that's on the building, there are also several light poles. One of them is bent all the way down to the street. Another one is ripped off and the top of it is sort of folded over this concrete building. So it really is showing just how strong these winds are as they blew through here. Joining me live right now just to kind of talk about some of this damage is Police Chief Dean Sullivan. And tell me a little bit about some of the other things that happened here in Mineral Wells. The power is out too, I understand.
The power is out to all the downtown area. Our emergency operations center is on our backup generators. We have restored communication with regard to the volunteer fire departments and all the various law enforcement agencies that have responded, but we are on backup power for now.
Do you know of any injuries or anything like that here in Mineral Wells?
At this time, we have not had any injuries reported or any fatalities, and we're thankful for that. We are still assessing the area. It's approximately about 4 blocks wide and extends pretty much from just southwest of downtown and then northwest or northeast over the hill past the Baker Hotel, but so far no injuries reported.
What is some of the other damage that maybe even your officers are telling you about, some of these other county officials are telling you about around town?
For the most part, a lot of tree damage. We haven't accurately assessed all the structures that may have seen some damage. I haven't had any structures that were totally collapsed. That was the roof, as you pointed out earlier, from the county annex Poston building, but the building itself did not collapse. Our police department did not sustain any damage, although the rotation did pass just to the north of us through our parking lot, and then the damage that was left behind you can see here.
And some people might look at this and wonder, was this a busy street at the time that was blowing through here or blowing across that highway? What is this, 281 right here as it goes through town? As we're right downtown, it seems like there would be a lot more people here, or it's almost like this is really could have been a lot worse than it was.
Oh, absolutely. Had it been a little earlier towards the rush hour, this was shortly after 7 p.m. This is the major crossroads of the two major highways that intersect here. We're standing in the middle of that intersection, and so it did cut through a path that could have potentially been very damaging.
And I understand there's a couple of churches down the street here also that may have had some damage?
Some damage, and then the local funeral home has some damage, but nothing that we can't fix.
Nothing extensive.
Nothing extensive.
And so the power's still out, at least for this large grid here downtown.
Yeah, this is the leg of the phase that's fed from the west, and of course that's where the tornado started. So Encore is on scene here. They've been very helpful with our city crews and trying to assess and restore power as they can, but this one's all on one leg. So.
Dean Sullivan, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And Heather, I can honestly tell you, one of the other things affected here is cell towers. Not only just data, but also just getting a call out. Even trying to call the newsroom, it takes at least 4 or 5 different tries on your phone just to get a call made, and a lot of other people are reporting the same problem. So they're trying to clean this up. They're in the process of that. They've got this whole city block here roped off with crime scene tape as Encore tries to go in and fix their problem. They've got some down power lines that we saw about a block away here. So we're in the process of trying to clean all this up, Heather.
Well, there is cleanup to do. So what else have you seen, Brandon? I'm curious about your drive to get to this area. Did you see a lot of the trees down and other places damaged?
We did a lot of debris, small limbs that were blown around. There was some flooding, and I tweeted out a picture of that. We drove through one of the streets here. I think it was actually 180 as you come into town westbound. was flooded out for 100 yards or so. Cars were driving through it. It wasn't anything where it was impassable, but certainly a sign that there was a lot of rain that came along with this tornado as well. And I've even had some storm spotters come up and show me some video of the tornado that they shot. I posted one of those on my YouTube page, tweeted that out, so you can take a look at that. It was pretty impressive. The cloud, you can see it clearly, seeing that rotation, that cloud coming down out of the sky. So it was visible by a lot of people coming up and saying, I saw it, taking pictures of it, taking video of it. So, you know, as Dean Sullivan said, the fact that this came through downtown, Heather, it certainly could have done a lot more damage than it did.
Yeah, you're not kidding. And I got to tell you what, you know, you're talking about people saying they saw the tornado, they're seeing the damage. I think we're hearing a lot of that over the past couple weeks. People are getting tired and frustrated with this weather. It is, but we appreciate your coverage.
We do appreciate, and people, we appreciate the videos. A lot of you send videos to us from mineral oils in particular, and they show a lot, so we appreciate it.
I'm just ready to get through it all, but again, yeah. Brandon, thanks for your coverage there and for tweeting out, and thanks to the folks who are sharing their pictures and experiences.